Coach, great way to wrap up your home regular season with another sweep. Good senior day. What's it mean to your club that you were able to get everything wrapped up this week instead of waiting to carry it over for another week as far as the division?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts, going through my head right now. I think the first thing is our seniors. It's going to be tough to send those guys off at some point. I hope we get to play baseball for a long time. But I think, for Jake Wilson to drive in two, for Cam, to have 3 extra base hits today, for Trey McDyer to, just fight and extend that inning for us. Those 3 guys were in the middle of a lot today. I don't want to slight Trey Gibson one bit. That kid was, sometimes you just have that feeling as a coach with it being senior day, with Trey Gibson going out there who, for a freshman, I've been doing this for 22 years. Obviously he's talented, but man, does he work, and he's so competitive. I felt like he was going to have a good performance. I won't say I predicted a complete game like that, but that kid's he deserves success.
Cam came up with a real big day today. Also helped that behind him, Jake had 2 big hits to drive him in. Talk about what Cam has meant to this program. I know we talk about it a lot. He's on his way to being probably the guy that's going to play the most in Liberty history. Can you talk a little bit about Cam?
Yeah, I can remember the day that we were here for Summer Bridge. You're not allowed to work with the players, but I can just remember seeing him out there from my office, just taking ground balls at shortstop. This program had just lost Dalton Britt, so we're thinking, who's going to play shortstop for us? I can't imagine where we would be without Cam Locklear. And it's not just the fact that he's been out there so much. It's just the way he practices, and he's grown so much. That's the most rewarding thing about coaching, is watching these players grow and watching these players, get themselves to a point where Cam's a leader in our program. Trey McDyer's a leader in our program. You can say the same for Frazier and Jake and Trevor, and it's just no coincidence that we're having some success this year. So I don't know what we're going to do without Cam. I don't want to think about that day. Same thing goes for Trey and those other guys, but Cam Locklear is a special kid. He's got a wonderful family, and they support the heck out of him. And I don't know that there's many games that Torrey and Devance haven't been here. So good kids come from good families, so you got to credit them.
Switching gears a little bit, Brady Kolakowski just continues to hit for power numbers, just hitting. I think I totaled it up. He's hit 5 home runs in his last 8 starts. He's been really picking it up lately. He's another one we talk about, putting in the work, that everything's coming to fruition for him now.
Yeah, I remember, during COVID and we were doing some conditioning, and Brady, tears his ACL, and whenever you go through that, it gives you a little more fortitude. I know that the season probably didn't start the way he wanted it to, but having gone through that, you start to get some strength and some resolve to you. And he's a fighter. Another one, man, a great family. A kid that I recruited way back when I was an assistant coach at North Carolina. And kids like that fight and work and get rewarded. Again, they come from good families, and he does. And it's great to just see him have some success. I was really surprised they went change up there left on left with him, and he made him pay. So credit to Brady, big time.
Lastly, we touched on Trey Gibson a little bit, but big day for Trey as far as a complete game. He's given us consistently most of the time, consistent good starts throughout the year. Can't say much more than what we've said about him, but he did have a great day today, and bookend what was a great start Friday night by Trevor DeLay.
Yeah, no, if you look at what our starting pitching did this weekend, we allowed 1 run. You're gonna win some games when that happens, and for Trey to get 2 complete games in one weekend, I don't know that I've experienced that a lot or at all in my coaching career. I wish people could see Trey Gibson in the bullpen. He's very deliberate. He's very calculated with his work and his routine. It's on his time, and he's very, very diligent with all of that. And we know he's talented and we know he's good, but I think he's an example for a lot of our pitchers at such a young age. He's the youngest player on our team. That's hard for me to believe sometimes with the maturity that kid shows. So I'm glad he's got our uniform on.